For those of us of a certain age, remember when your teacher would sit at the front of the class using an ancient overhead projector? The sound of the noisy fan lulling you to sleep as he or she would drone on endlessly about fractions or differential equations. Counting each passing minute, you'd feel your soul departing from your body.
Or maybe this was just my experience. Fortunately for our children, AV technology has come a long way since we were young. And today, we're here at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas to show you how. So come on, let's take a field trip.
In 2018, the theater in UNLV's Humanities building was a typical college classroom. Stadium seating, fluorescent lighting, and a basic projector.
The building was built in 72, so in 72 you know what it was, concrete and plastic, right? So all the chairs were old plastic chairs that creaked when you sat in them. There was 2 speakers, and they were way underpowered for the size of the room. The projector we had barely enough juice to get onto the screen.
But by 2019, the school was ready for an extraordinary transformation.
Welcome to UNLV's new FDH Theater.
The renovation is incredible. It feels like you stepped off campus and into a high-end movie theater. At the front of the room sits a 354-inch projection screen, and at that size, you can't just walk it in the front door.
So this thing came in 2 giant big boxes on a crate, and we had to take that stuff apart, build it here in-house, and then reassemble it and get it hoisted up into this location. And we only had, behind this frame here, is 1/4 of an inch of leeway on the top, the bottom, the left, and the right.
It was very, very challenging because you can't just sit it in there and tilt it up. You actually have to push it straight in because the tolerances were so tight.
How relieved were you when you saw that thing finally squeeze in?
It was, I think we all just took a moment and breathed and like, this is awesome. We finally made it.
The screen is a perforated material that allows sound to travel through the fabric and into the audience. It also conceals a rack of speakers that would have made Spinal Tap proud.
So all these tiny little holes here allow for the sound from all of those speakers. There's 5 mains up there to go through this out to the audience. And we also have 8 subwoofers back here, 4 dual 18 cabinets. If I could have turned the room to 11, I did.
The theater is equipped with an immersive Dolby Atmos sound system. However, getting Dolby's seal of approval required some creative thinking.
One of the biggest challenges was getting Dolby to sign off on this room because this is a very unique room. These front walls actually stick out a little bit, and that's not typical for a theater. Typically the front wall is straight and flat, and so that was a big challenge to decide where speaker placement should be to overcome that challenge.
So now you have sound that comes over your head as well as on the sides. So you can hear that sound that's coming from that corner, you can hear it from that corner, you can hear it over your head. It gets in your face, it gets in your ears, it shakes you, and you really feel the movie.
The theater is already more impressive than anything I've seen on a college campus. But Frank has one more surprise waiting for me in the back.
So Mark, this is the projector.
Hold on, this is a projector.
Yes, this is the projector. This is 28,000 lumens of 4K creaminess. This has its own key. It's essentially a car with a really bright light. It even has coolant in it to keep it cool, just like your car would have.
Frank is someone who cares deeply to deliver the cinema experience.
Francisco Menendez is a professor and founding artistic director at UNLV. For his film students, this theater renovation makes all the difference in their education.
You know, it would never occur to a university to have a music program without an orchestra hall. It would never occur to a university to have a theater program without a theater. You need to have a way for students to be able to have the cinematic, theatrical experience that they would have at a top-class theater, and we're delivering it right here at UNLV.
So the next time you think about that janky old projector you had in high school, just think, you could have had theater seating, Dolby surround sound, and crystal clear high definition. Yep. I'm not jealous. Are you? Okay, maybe just a little bit. I'm Mark Metzger, and we'll see you next time on Field Trip. We're here at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas to show you how. So come on, Let's take a field trip.
That was really good.